Well, Black Lives Matter protesters at the College of William and Mary in Virginia shut down a free speech event hosted by, of all people, the ACLU. Why'd they do that? Because free speech is now bigotry. Watch this.
ACLU, you protect Hitler too! ACLU, you protect Hitler too!
No justice, no peace. The revolution will not uphold the Constitution.
The revolution will not uphold the Constitution.
Liberalism is
White supremacy! Liberalism is white supremacy!
Jumaane Williams is a New York City Council member. He's closely aligned with Black Lives Matter, and he joins us tonight. Mr. Williams, thanks a lot for coming on tonight.
Thanks for having me.
I just have to make a confession at the outset of this segment. Watching Black Lives Matter protesters say liberalism is white supremacy absolutely made my day. I'm sorry, I can't control myself. But here's what bothered me, and here's what I wanted to take seriously, because I hear variations of this a lot, which is the revolution will not uphold the Constitution. What does that mean exactly?
Well, you'd have to ask the people who are protesting. I know that there are still many issues that need to be worked out. I think if you look at the Constitution and even in the 15th Amendment, some of the wording that's there are things that people can still look at. So I think there are issues that people see in this country, and they're just trying the best way they can to express that by whatever tactics they have.
But I guess it's impossible to have a conversation with someone who doesn't agree on a baseline. And as an American, I thought that we all agreed, left, right, and center, that free speech is the most important right, certainly in the pantheon, that we have. If I don't agree that you have a right to speak and you don't agree that I do, then what's the point of having a conversation? I've noticed on the left a real tendency to attack the Bill of Rights, core freedoms like speech. Does that bother you?
Well, I think that everyone agreed on free speech, and what's ironic there is the ACLU has been a great defender of that, and I think Black Lives Matter movement was exercising their free speech. I've actually heard the right not even understand what's in the Bill of Rights or in the Constitution that allows certain freedoms, that allows certain protests, that allows people to talk about what's happening in the government. So I think that's a weird comparison to make. What is true is that there's a huge issue around supremacy and privilege, and we should be marginalizing that. But instead, I believe it's been given a megaphone, and that's causing the division even to grow in this country.
Yeah, I mean, I have, of course, no idea what you mean, and I'm not sure you do either.
Which
Let's
part?
just go back to the core. There's issues of supremacy and privilege. Here's the bottom line.
So you don't
have a
understand that
right
part?
to say.
You don't
I don't know
understand
how it relates to. I don't know how it relates to free speech. You have an absolute right to say what you think is true. Period. I have it. You have it. And Black Lives Matter in this tape is contesting that. They're attacking free speech by name.
They're actually protesting,
well, yes, they are.
Which is part of free speech. In fact, they're actually shown that they have the courage to put up and protest their friends. I wish some people on the right would show the same courage with some of the craziness that I hear coming from people on the right.
No, they're preventing other people from talking. They are shutting down speech. I will always defend, and do always defend, people's right to express unpopular opinions, even if I hate their opinions. But that's not what they're doing. They're preventing other people from talking, and they're attacking the Constitution, which guarantees our right to speak.
So I think the acts of protest and civil disobedience has a long history in this country. Now, I wouldn't use that tactic when it comes to the ACLU, but you're speaking about people who feel oppressed and who talk about supremacy, and their voice hasn't been heard. So they're choosing a tactic to get that expression. Ironically, I believe ACLU and Black Lives Matter are on the same page very often, but because we've become so divisive, we're forcing people to go to corners, and we should be trying to unite people to have these conversations.
Well, yeah, or not, but we shouldn't be preventing other people from saying what they think, period, whether you agree with them or not. In fact, especially if you disagree with them. Final question. What exactly do they mean when they say the revolution will not uphold the Constitution? I just want a clear answer on that.
Oh, sure. You asked me that before, and I did answer clearly.
Yeah.
I said you should ask them because they're the ones who say it. What I also
But what do you think? I get it, but what do you think it means?
Well, no, I can't talk for them, but what I can say is that there are issues of supremacy and privilege in this country, and it starts from the framework. I pointed pointed out one issue, like in the 15th Amendment, that actually still allows slavery as something that they might be pointing out that needs to be changed.
It doesn't allow. Okay.
Oh, absolutely. No, it does. You should read it. If you're in the
No,
prison,
actually, yeah,
you can be a slave. That's period. I mean,
Right, okay.
all your viewers who are going to tweet me later, they should just look that one up.
Okay. I hope they will. Jumaane Williams, thanks for joining us.
Thanks for having me.